It's like that every morning. Today they started early for some reason. Usually they start shooting at 6:30. It's their way of saying good morning Ukraine. It happens all the time. But today they started at 4 a.m. But that was just a little. But then at 5:30 they were banning properly.
Today, Valentina Zamolina had an early awakening by the familiar sound of shelling. Shrapnel hit her house multiple times. At this point, she can tell by the sound alone the types of weapons used and how far away they were fired.
Oh, don't be startled. Why are you getting all jumpy? That's just nothing, just dust. We had some people from the city just visiting their dacha here. And you could hear automatic weapons being fired. And they just dropped on the ground with their hands over their heads like this. And I'm like, what on earth are you doing? And they say, there's gunfire. But that's just assault rifles. They just turned around and I'm like, where are you going? We're going home.
We're on the outskirts of the village of Talakivka. It seems every house here has been hit at some point. 2 years ago, this residential area was directly hit by heavy caliber fire. The gas supply infrastructure was damaged in several places. The road covered in rubble.
This is where the shell hit, right by the gas pipe. There was a fire. You can also see the damage on the house.
Talakivka's population used to be over 4,000. When Russia's undeclared war reached the village, people began fleeing their homes. Marina and her family are left after a Russian missile landed in their yard.
That's when we suffered some damage, a lot of damage, from Grad missiles.
They lived away from home for more than 5 years, and now they're back.
We missed this place so much. We returned just a month ago. We want to start over.
And this part of the village is considered a dead zone, where people don't return. These houses are in the firing line.
Many people here left for good. You can see these houses are not getting rebuilt, as there's no guarantee that all that investment will not be for nothing, and that those houses won't get hit again. This road leads to Kominternove and the occupied territory. We're about 4 or 5 kilometers from the fighting positions.
Out of 3,500 hectares of farmland in this area, only about 500 are used. Working in the fields is just too dangerous.
There's fighting over there, so you just can't.
But somehow life goes on. The stores are open. There's a post office. Children go to school and kindergartens.
In 2014, we were forced to remodel our basement into a bomb shelter, to which we could evacuate with the children in case of heavy shelling close by, so that every child would know where to go in that case.
The shelter has emergency supplies of drinking water and food. There are beds for children and even toys. The school windows were reinforced with special protective film so that a blast wave wouldn't send shards of glass flying. When we visited the Talakivka kindergarten, children were learning Ukrainian songs and dances. This was a relatively peaceful day in the frontline village. Reported by Nadia Sokorokova from Donetsk region for UATV.